crazy town. Where you going, baby? We're gonna rip it upside down. Well, it's Friday night and we're loaded guns. We're coming on in, baby. We're not giving up till the party's done. We're gonna smoke this crazy town. We're gonna smoke this crazy town. We're gonna smoke this crazy town. Hey!
Josie, my girl, my pride, can't help but wonder where I went wrong. Josie, my pain, my strife, who set asunder my little girl. I know it's not her who climbs the walls, but I can't keep catching her each time she falls. So just twist the knife, Josie. Pull tight the noose. Take another piece of me for your own abuse. 'Cause I can't help but love you. Twist the knife, Josie. Josie, refrain, decide your life's worth living, day after day. Josie, the nights I've cried, lost so much to live for, in so many ways. Constant fight, sleepless nights, what's it all for? When only one of us fighting this war. So just twist the knife, Josie. Pull tight the noose. Take another piece of me for your own abuse. 'Cause I can't help but love you. Twist the knife, Josie. Yes. I can't keep catching her each time she falls. So just twist the knife, Josie. Pull tight the noose. Take another piece of me for your own abuse. 'Cause I can't help but love you. Twist the knife, cock the gun, Josie. Put it to my head. After all you've done to me, I'm better off dead. 'Cause I can't help but love you. No, I can't help but love you. No, I can't help but love you. Twist the knife, Josie.
That's beautiful. All right, well, welcome. This is I'm Jeff Holmes. This is Wonder Sound Music, and this is Sounds Like Milwaukee. I am here today with Jesus on the Mainline. Woo! Hey! All the way from New York City. This show, though, we've always talked about what this show is about local music, Wisconsin music, Milwaukee music. And the reason that they're here is because this guy here, and I just found out this lady here, are from Wisconsin. You and I went to high school together. Same one.
Same high school.
Yeah. I went with your brother, but same difference. And I think your musical journey is incredible. Not only were you a really phenomenal musician at Nicolay, you then go to Eau Claire, and you rip it up there, and you're part of the jazz program. And then you go out to New York, pretty much right away, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right from one.
And then I remember very well the Knees and Voss project. Huge fan of that. And I remember when that came out, I read the article. The guy who looked at the CD cover, he's like, "Oh, yeah, another hip hop," and not at all. It was just nothing but full of rock and soul. Uh-huh. And then, but when I went to the CD release party for that particular album, you're one of the best trumpet players I've ever met in my entire life or seen. And then, not at all, no, keyboard. Okay, so I'm like, okay, well, he's talented. He plays keyboard incredibly well. And then I started following Jesus on the Mainline, right? And so I'm like, oh, is he going to be playing trumpet or piano? Oh, no, violin. Oh, okay, and they're not even close. I mean, you're talking about three completely different instruments. So I just, over and over again, I know I'm gushing, but I'm just, everything you do, you're a very talented musician. And I was commenting to this guy back here earlier, what's it like being in a band with a guy, number one, who's such a great trumpet player? Do you feel intimidated ever when you walked into the project, just being like, do I really, is he going to bitch at me all day long, or?
No, not really.
Good, because absolutely, which is good, because I would be intimidated walking into that situation.
No, sometimes, because I know that he knows how he wants it to sound, and so I need to play it the way he wants it.
And what's your schooling background? You're from California.
Grew up in California, did my undergrad at UCLA, and then moved to New York, where I met Andy at Manhattan School of Music.
Perfect, awesome.
And also Mel.
And then tell me your story. This is the guitarist, singer. Do you write a lot of the songs? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of my role in the band is that Andrew and I co-write a lot of the music together.
Can you? I forget what your full name.
My name's Tim Emmerich.
Tim Emmerich. Okay, keep going.
We all met working in a band together that is actually Mel's full-time business.
Okay.
And I actually kind of met everybody here because Mel and Danny, sitting down on the other side there, were my downstairs neighbors in my house in Brooklyn.
Small world.
Randomly, yeah.
I happen to be super nosy.
Yeah, we all found out that we were musicians.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was, how we all met, and then Andy and I started kind of writing songs together, and that's pretty much.
And who's the lyricist?
story.
Are you the lyricist? on a lot of that stuff?
Pretty much.
I noticed that
Yeah.
the stuff that you're singing really fits your styling, so I would have been shocked if I had heard that he was writing the lyrics for you. So it makes sense to me. Now you're from Appleton,
Yeah.
okay, and you went to Manhattan School of Music?
Yes.
Okay, and what about you?
I'm from St. Louis, and I went to New School University in New York.
Okay, all right. And Mel, what's your last name?
Flannery.
Mel Flannery?
Danny Scher.
Danny Scher, okay. And then behind me on the trombone from San Francisco, what's your full name?
Natalie Cressman.
Natalie Cressman, and you're from San Francisco
Yeah.
all the time. I mean, that's where you were born, grew up, all that good
That's
stuff?
where I grew up, yeah, right in the city. But I moved to New York to study at Manhattan School of Music, which was a little bit after these guys graduated, but Andy was working there, and we, I think I did like maybe one of the last Knees and Boss gigs, and that's when we started.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Now, how long has that been done? When was the last time you guys did a gig?
Chris and I's, we did the last gig was in November of 2011.
Okay, so it's been a
Yeah,
while.
it's been a while.
All right. Tuba, what's your story? Because you're always in the back. I saw you on Channel 4. You're always, and I feel bad for you, but you have basically a Volkswagen in your hand.
Yeah.
So they always stick you as far back as they can. Tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Mark McGinnis. I am originally from St. Paul, Minnesota. Met Andy at Eau Claire a long time ago,
Yeah.
and then had some stops in St. Louis and Tampa, Florida as well before landing in New York.
Awesome. And is this the first group you've been with in New York? Have you been doing a couple other things, or?
Right now, yes. I mean, I did actually play some of the old Knees and Voss gigs too, so it was kind of the start of everything. So
Okay. And directly behind me, and if I turn, it's weird, that's the other trombone player. And your name?
My name is James Yardley. Grew
Okay.
up in Duluth, Minnesota.
Okay, so we have a couple of Minnesota guys here.
Actually, Mark and I met each other before undergrad.
At a Vikings game?
The Minnesota
go to
All-State
Vikings games?
Orchestra.
Okay.
Where he and I met.
yeah,
Okay.
orchestra in 1999 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yep. We go way back.
Yep.
Got to Eau Claire. Landed in Jazz Ensemble number 4, where Andrew Neasley was our director. So, yes.
It's that look. That's the intimidating look. Yeah. Small line guys. Trust me. I know where I'm taking you. So while you're in Milwaukee, you've already done, what was it, the Morning Blend?
Yeah, we did the Morning Blend, and we did an interview on WMSC that night.
Okay. Here, this is in practice, and then a Brewer game tomorrow. And what is it? Was it 1 o'clock start tomorrow?
Yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow we do the national anthem at the Brewer game, and then 8 p.m. at the Miller Lite Oasis at Summerfest, which I'm really excited about.
That's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, this will air after you're done.
Well, I hope you suckers were there. No, I kid.
Well, no, and it's, I think anybody who grows up in this town, that's bucket list stuff.
In the
Yeah.
state.
In this state, absolutely.
I grew up dying to play this. This is like the most exciting thing in the world for me. I mean, that was the second concert I ever went to was at Summerfest.
Me too. I'm absolutely with you. I finally and it's been on my bucket list forever. And one of the teachers here, he was in the band, and they were playing Summerfest last year. I got to go up and play one song. Checked off. That's all I needed was the one song, and it was flipping awesome. I had a great time doing it. So I'm so excited for you guys to get to come home for you. And actually, most of you are from the Midwest, and I believe I was talking to you, Mel, earlier, that it's cool that you all gravitated towards each other. A lot of Midwest and a couple of California folks, but that's okay. But yeah, you gravitated towards each other because there's a mentality of people that are from this part of the country. I think it's different from the South or the West or the East. But I have a feeling you guys probably get along a little bit better than you would with maybe some guys from Jersey or some guys from Alabama or whatever. And it's cool to see that a Midwestern band out of New York is taking it somewhere.
Roofing on this mountainside. How's it gonna be for its light? Dressed until the morning rise. My hands and I'll be your eyes. nothing more that I can say. Darling, you restored my faith. Blindness laid beside my name, tied behind your saving grace. So take me with you when you go, 'cause when I go you're always with me. Warming me straight to the bone, you're always with me. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. We got nothing left but time. So I'll be yours if you be mine. We'll rest until the morning rise. Be my hands and I'll be your eyes. So take me with you when you go, 'cause when I go you're always with me. In my head, in my heart, in my soul, you're always with me. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. Take me with you when you go, 'cause when I go you're always with me. In my head, in my heart, in my soul, you're always with me. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na. Hey! Hey! Na 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 na.
So one of the things I wanted to find out from you guys, when I first started seeing you, I had actually a hard time finding music. Okay, there were a lot of photos, there's a lot of Facebook stuff going on, and I could see how many of you were on stage. So I'm thinking, well, God, that's like the Blues Brothers up there, and I had no idea what you were playing. Then I started hearing it, and I'm like, not at all what was going on in my head. I'm thinking Knees and Voss with a horn section,
Sure.
and where some of that soul definitely is transferred in. It's not the same thing. It's using a lot of the newer sounds that's coming out right now, added with some, let's say, Motown or some of that full horn feel and some of that old soul. Where do you see yourself fitting into the landscape of the popular music right now?
Well, to be honest, any way we can fit in. But no, really, the gist of the band began as a means of connecting with roots, like you just mentioned about the Midwest thing. And you notice there's no actual wind instruments in the band. It's all brass. And that's really derivative of growing up listening to my dad's brass quintet.
Yeah.
And especially having a tuba as a way of connecting with my literal family and my musical family.
Didn't your mom play low
Trombone,
brass too?
yeah,
Okay,
trombone.
Trombone. All right.
And of course I played trumpet.
Right.
And the sound that we developed was derivative of that, like all the texture and the pads and the lushness and the delays and the yada 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 really comes out of a traditional brass pad kind of sound. And then you add the kind of rhythm and the beat and the other arrangemental stuff that we use, you get how we translate into pop music of today. And that, along with the beautiful songs that Tim's written and that Mel's written, and the few that I've written also, I think is what fits us into today's music.
Yeah, because you're writing stuff I would akin to more along the lines of, let's say, Monsters and Men, or oh come on, I'm totally brain farting. The guys from England, Mumford and Sons. So you have a lot of those sensibilities, and so if I'm reading the formula correctly, you're taking that bass, let's say, now I mean bass like bass line, but you're taking that bass of a song, and then Andy's coming in on top of it and saying, and rearranging it and saying, okay, here's where we're going to put this, here's how we can do this, and here's how we break it on from the inside. Is that kind of how you see it coming together?
We've that's definitely happened. We really don't have like one set formula as to how the songs go. That's definitely happened.
It's not AC/DC. I wasn't saying that.
No.
I'll play some AC/DC. Mel sings the shit out of some AC/DC.
I bet she does.
But yeah, I mean, we're working on a record right now. We're gonna go into the studio and cut a full-length record this summer.
Good. About dang time.
Yeah, and a lot of the music on that has been a very sort of like old school, like kind of pure collaboration, where it's like I'll have an idea, either a riff or a melody, or Andy will have an idea at the beginning of a song. And then we literally just forced ourselves, we have been for months, to like get together a few times a week and sit in a room and just like push it back and forth until we're closer and closer and closer. So there's been a lot of that recently, but it's also been a process of, people bringing in songs that are pretty much complete, that just take a little coaxing in one way or another.
A little tweak here, a little tweak there.
Yeah, but I think that's definitely a part of it, and we're all kind of coming at it from slightly different places too. Like I come from really from a rock background. I went to school for music, but it was in a totally different way. It was more in the songwriting and production side of things, and pretty much everybody else in the band is either from the jazz world or the classical world.
Right.
So I maybe come at it more from the like rock, pop, folk, indie, like that side of it, and then
which gives it its fullness. I mean, because if you just did one or just did the other, it's the fusion that really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that point in Twist the Knife where it's just like you're just into the lyrics of it. You can feel the emotion dripping off of the lyrics, and then just out of nowhere these horns come in, and you're just it just kind of takes your breath away. You know what I'm saying? And it's that kind of stuff that I'm very fond of, and I really hope that that's the aspect of it, or that aspect of it is what other people hear and they grab onto, and they're just like, oh, this is. It takes you by surprise. The music really takes you by surprise. I think that is the coolest thing about what you guys are doing. So, do you guys have any plans, any other Midwestern things that are going to be coming up in, let's say, the next 6 months, or?
We're hoping to attack an aggressive tour schedule at some point with this band. And obviously it's a little difficult to get 12, 15 people around.
Well, you got to rent a bus. Is what you really.
We're working on that one too. We're fortunate enough to actually. Almost everybody get on a plane this time, which was pretty exciting.
Okay.
because I've never been on an airplane before. No, I'm kidding. I've never been on an airplane with all my friends, and that was pretty fantastic. But we're hoping to, after we get this full-length record recorded, to get on the road from New York City all the way to California at some point.
Awesome. Well, I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
All right. So, what's your favorite John Hughes film?
Oh man,
And everyone better start thinking, because
Yeah.
everyone's got to answer.
John Hughes. That
You can do it.
have you one of the Brat Pack movies?
Yeah.
Closer.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
You can do
Give
it.
me a minute.
Mark.
Give me a minute. Breakfast Club.
Perfect.
Oh, it's the same question.
Dude, everyone's getting the same question. Favorite John Hughes film?
I guess I honestly don't. Totally honest. I think that's the only John Hughes film that I know off the top of my head.
All right.
So I
fair
guess
enough.
I'm gonna have to default to it. But
That's okay.
I want to be real.
There's
with
only
you,
so
my man.
many to go to, and there's 8 of
Yeah,
you.
they're
So
teaming up back
Annie.
It's a loose connection, but Ferris Bueller is actually a John
Ooh.
Hughes film.
It is. No, you're absolutely.
Is it just a flat out John Hughes film,
Well, he
or he wrote it, or he
Yeah,
directed
it's-
it, or something?
it's close
Oh,
enough
geez.
where I'm gonna go ahead and let that
Fair.
slide.
Judges, yes, okay.
It's a
Numb
close
those
call
cheaters.
for me. I love Pretty in Pink, big time, huge
Yes.
time. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's Breakfast Club.
Okay. Yeah.
Same here, Breakfast Club.
I'd have to go with the Ferris Bueller.
Nice.
Good
Yeah.
call.
Bueller.
Yeah, I would also have to say
Bueller.
Bueller. Yep.
Bueller.
Bueller.
Breakfast Club, 100%.
No
Nice.
one went with 16 Candles, and that's okay.
It's just
I love all John Hughes, but
Long Duck Dong. How can you? Okay.
It was the 80s.
Absolutely. Well, hey, you know what? I'd like to thank all of you so much for
Thanks
coming
for
in
having
today.
us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And you guys have a great time at Summerfest. And next time you're in town, please come see me.
Hell
We
yeah.
do.
All
Yeah.
right, have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you next time. Thank you guys
Yeah,
very
bye.
much.
Thank you.
Very much.
In my head and in my soul.